Oh yeah. Okay, people. We got it home. It is home. And I'm loving this car. It took me a while to find it. And then actually found it really quickly, actually. But the only real one that we got, everybody had one that they wanted to sell me living in the States for $50,000. But that was about it. And so, I mean, God is good, because I got this and it was only 8 hours away from my house. Like, come on, you gotta believe. So I'm gonna give this thing a good vac. I cleaned out all the stuff out of it. It was a journey right there. Hello, tickle, tickle, tickle. That is supposedly a 402 out of a 71. So it has been a long time since I've messed with Chevys. So now I gotta find out if it is and do some number searching on it and see what we can accomplish. I thought on Chevy that it was stamped on the front of the block. I know there's a stamping, I believe, in the back as well, but right there's supposedly, I gotta clean that up, maybe look. And then on the back of the block, right there is some numbers. So I got to search those and find out what it is. But I mean, no ridge. Look at that, no ridge. So I mean, clean it all up, because eventually this is what is gonna go in. But my goal for now is to get it running. It was supposedly, from the man I got it from, said it ran. So we're going to check into that, because my goal is to get it running, get some panels and stuff on it. And once I get it going and running, then I'm going to enjoy it for a couple years and just drive it, because it's not as bad as like Vice Grip's Garage's independent Chevelle. It's not in that bad a shape, but I want to clean it all up and start going through it. I need glass in a huge way, so we'll definitely have to pick some glass up for it. But I want to see if I can get it running. We're going to call the man Body Man Bob. And he is a Chevy guy. And he even likes me again because I got this Chevy. Because all I've been working on is my Ford and a Dodge. And that's about it. And so now that I got a Chevy, he will like me again. And I just won't be the fat kid that shows up from time to time. I'll be, hey, he's not a bad guy, he drives a Chevy. So that's where I'm at. And you can see here, like, this is all beat up. Hood barely fits and stays on. So I need to figure all that. I mean, the front end is solid. I got quite a bit of extra parts for it. I'll start showing you guys that. Well, not a lot, but like a dash. I got like 2 other sets of these right here. I got a decent grill, but it's got some broken pieces out of it. Not quite as bad as this one. But my son has that welding kit apparatus. So I'm going to see if I can figure that out, because if I can take any extra pieces out of this one and put it into that one that's in the shed, then I'll have at least a good grill, because that one, I'll show it to you, isn't in terribly bad shape. I don't, looking inside, it doesn't look like it's an AC car, but it's got an AC compressor that is beat to crap. So we'll have to figure that out. But I'm going to clean it up. Oh man, I need to get some rims for it. I think I'm going to try to see if I can locate some rallies for now, because I'll throw on some 15-inch rallies, just get it moving and hopefully under its own steam. And then eventually I want to go with a really nice modern 17-inch. That's probably as big of rim as I want to go, because I still want to have some tire. I'm not a big fan of the 20-inch freaking rims with an inch of tire. Just not a real big fan of that. But I think 17 will really, because I mean, let's face it, rims do make the car. And so I need at least some 15-inch rallies. But you can see from my understanding, when I went and picked it up, the guy had the body off of it and redid the frame, because it's all black and looks to be in good shape. So we'll have to get underneath it and see. But I want to drive it for a couple years and then just slowly start collecting parts. And then just go from there, because eventually, I know I seen on Lucky's Garage that somebody had stolen some guy's SS dash, and they replaced it for, I think it was like 600 or 650, but that's American, but it had everything. So if I could get a dash like that, and then eventually the steering column, because I want the floor shift, so, or the center console with the floor shift, that's the goal, to get it going. But if I got to use this for now for a couple of years while I slowly start collecting parts, I'm going to do it. So that's where I'm at now. So I'm just going to go in. Still kind of has a headliner, but I mean, that's what I want to kind of go with. Just get this thing on the road, fix what I truly need to fix, and then just start driving this thing and enjoying it. And that's where I'm at. So I want to clean it all up, but I mean, it's not in terrible shape. But I mean, from my understanding, you can get these. I'd really like to keep as much OEM stuff as I can instead of repop. So I mean, and I want to learn, you know, how to take these kind of dents out, and dents here, fix this rust. He said that you can get like these bottom pieces here that actually have the brace. So I mean, to be able to, because I mean, the brace is all rusted and stuff. So if I can get that, you know, or I have to pick up new fenders, I'm not sure. But for now, I just want to pop dents and learn as much body work as I can, because Bob, a friend of mine, is going to help me out. Same with Dean, locally here in town. And so the more I can learn and pick up on this stuff is better. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to empty it all, or vac it all out, get it somewhat tolerable, and see where I'm at. And then I'll bring you back, show you some of the extra parts I got. And so for this, the only thing I have is the block, the crank, and an intake. So I'm going to have to, oh, there's some more numbers right there. Look at that. Ooh, is that high performance? I don't know what that is. But, yep. Oh, it's probably high pressure maybe. High pressure pass. I don't know, we'll figure that out. But that's where I'm at. Then I want to go through the electrical, start getting the lights going, the brakes, and the motor and all that kind of stuff. I still got to peel all this garbage out of the wheels, or out of the windows. That's awesome. I got to pull all that out. Same with the front glass, pull all that out. So that when I do get some glass for it, I ain't gonna have to sit there for an hour and clean it. So that Bob can help me out. Is that just filler from factory or what? I don't know. We'll figure it out. My friend Bob is just on vacation right now. So I would like to have this thing running under its own steam with some tires, because then at least when it's time I can back it off the trailer, because he lent me this killer trailer. So big shout out to Bob for helping me out, because it was incredible. And the story on the way back, once we picked it up and loaded it, had the engine tucked underneath the back. Probably not the smartest decision, I'll be honest, but that's what we did, because it was heavy. And so we slid it underneath the back and then started driving, and about 15 clicks out of 100 Mile House, I caught something out of my corner of my eye that just didn't seem right. And so I kind of drove for about 3 more clicks and was like, I better check into that. And what happened is these 2 straps that we had up front snapped. Both of them snapped completely off. So, sitting on the side of the road in a little rest zone, both me and my wife, I brought these 2 extra straps just in case. And that's what we used to hold down the 402. And so, sitting on the side of the road, wifey, because of her overwhelming wisdom, was like, well, I think we should probably bring this little small toolkit I had. And so we pulled the pan off of it, pulled the crank out, and then both me and her lifted it up and walked it around, sat it into the freaking inside the car, which was better anyways, and then used the 2 straps to hook onto the front end. And so we had that all going. So that was interesting. So thank God that nothing ugly happened with that. That little feeling that you get in your stomach. But that's where we're at so far. So I'm going to get this thing a little more cleaned up. Maybe the strap off, see if I can get the hood off, because it's not attached to anything. So we'll figure that out, and I'll bring you back. Okay, talk to you soon, people. Okay, apparently I wasn't done yet. I wanted to do a little more. I'm enjoying the heat. That is all the crap I got out of there. It's a little disappointing, but I'm not discouraged, because I love it still. But as you can see, it doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look overly great either. So we'll just deal with it. I'll talk to Bob once he gets back and see what to do. Do I just do that 1482 or rust inhibitor stuff, or is there enough to still be good, or do I replace it and start building channels? Because it doesn't look horrific. There's no through that I can see. So I don't know. It has been a long time. So I'm going to have to wait for Bob and get him to take a look. But we'll see. But I got it all out. It needs work. Alright, talk to you soon. Okie dokie. So I did a little research. 3999280 or 290. It says it is a 72402. You can see CM10T, and that, if you, maybe I'll stand in the light here a little bit like that. You can see, I believe it says 828 of 72. So I think that is the date code. So is that the, what would A be? Would that be like A, so January? Is that what that would be? I don't know. You guys tell me in the little, in the chat box, in the boopy boops. Then right here, let's see if you can see, it's got T0410CTB, and then just below that is 121219891. Now with that, this number here, would that be the serial number for the vehicle it came out of? Is that what that would be? But that's all the research I found. So if there's something else that other people know that I do not, put a comment down below. Beep boop that bad boy, as Vice Grip Garage would say. So, got it all vacked out. Now, it definitely has some rust back here that is going to have to be addressed. So, definitely going to need, I believe, a 4-pan, my people. Because this one is pretty far gone. So, I think that will be the proper step. The more I got into it, the more it's like, this is good, this is not. But, you know, honestly, it's what I wanted. It's a 72 Chevelle. If it's a little worse for wear, then I'll deal with it and fix it. But I vacked inside. I'll just walk around here like a this, like a that. Rhubarb. Mint. Impala. And so I got this all vacked out. Hopefully there it's somewhat picking that up. But you can see right along here, it looks like it's got some pretty serious rot in it right in through here. But it looks like somebody has tried patching it. So I will need a new 4-pan, but I think for now, just to get it on the road, I think it'll be fine, guys. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be bloody alright. Because I really want to drive this thing, guys. Oh, I want to drive this thing. So I got all that done. I mean, the dash is not attached at all. So that I'll have to go through. But I mean, all in all, for a 72, it's not completely horrible. I've seen worse. But I mean, I want to learn. I want to learn on this stuff, guys. So what I think I'm going to do is get this together on the road, get some bits and pieces for it, some seats, and, you know, I don't want a complete jalopy, but I want to drive it. And so to get whatever I need to do to at least get it running and on the road, I think that will be great. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my teeth on this bad boy. So that's what I want to relearn how to weld again, because it's been like 20 some odd years since I've done a lot of welding. So that is my goal, is to get this on the road, drive it for a few years, start collecting all the parts that I want for it, because I want like living the dream. I don't have a lot of money, but I mean, eventually the dream would be QA1 front suspension and a Curry Ford 9-inch in the back with QA1 suspension, because I want, what do you call those things? The springs and the struts all the way around. I think that's what it is. That's what I want for the entire freaking front end. I'd really like to go with Willwood brakes, disc in the front, disc in the back. Now this is all living the dream kind of, you know, thought process. Then I want to rebuild that 402, and I want that 402 in here. And then I will get a turbo, no, I don't want a turbo 350 or 400. I'll probably get a 700 R4. My dad grew up doing transmissions, so I'm going to get his help and beefing up and make the freaking tranny be able to handle the power of the 402. Because I'm going to build the 402 for straight up bottom end. I'm sorry guys, I am not a fan of all these people building these engines to hit 550 horsepower at 6,700 RPM. I'm just not a fan for that on the street. I think that's kind of ridiculous. If you're running a freaking quarter-mile car or something, hey, cool, build it. But I mean, why do I want to build an engine for nothing but 6,800 horsepower when it sees that for a split second? And do you have any idea how much moving parts and inertia that creates? And you wonder why these guys, like, you know, let's say Hot Rod Garage, you know, with Tony, Angelo, and Lucky. Like, I mean, those guys go through motors like it's candy. Same with Roadkill and Roadkill Garage. Those guys are blowing up. Dolce freaking blows up stuff freaking on the daily. I don't have 10 grand that I can spend on a motor and then another 10 grand once I blow that one up. I don't have that kind of money. So if I build something from, say, 1,000 RPM to 5,000 RPM, maybe a 600 CFM Carter carb, maybe 6 1/4, that's all I need. I don't need to over fuel it. I don't need to freaking throw 750 or 900 CFMs to try to reach that mark at 6,700 RPM. That's just silly talk to me. No, I'm not about it. I ain't going to do it. Not going to happen. I'm going to build something from 1,000 to 5,000, and it's going to last me forever because I'm not over RPMing the crap out of it, and it's going to give me street use. Autotopia, I think it's called. Autotopia LA? Oh, I'll have to look. But I watch him all the time, and you can see him getting into cars that the people say, oh, it's 400 horsepower, and it can barely spin the tires off. Like, really? Really? I don't get it. I don't get it. It's just my thing. But that's where we're at. And so I'm going to start next project. Will be start peeling all this stuff off. And then on the front as well. And the next project is going to be try to figure out this monstrosity. Get that hood open, see if I can figure out how to get it to where it'll open and close correctly would be a positive. So the next video on that will be Quint's journey through the Twilight Zone. And then once I start getting that done, I'll bring you along for the ride. And then I'll show you the extra parts I have. So that'll most likely be the next video. All my family is coming up. That's another story I'll tell you guys later and talk about, and that'll be basically the story on why I purchased this. And so that'll be a long one, a little bit heartfelt because there's a reason. So I'll try not to get too emotional, but that'll definitely be the next video. So far, guys, the progression is coming, and I am very, very excited. I sit outside and just stare at this thing. I am so tickled. I really, really, no matter how much work it is, I know it's going to be a lot of work, but I love the car. I truly love the car, and it's been a while since I've truly enjoyed a vehicle, because I like the Dodge, I like the Impala, I like the Saratoga. I'm a car guy through and through. I'm not brand loyal at all. I like Ford, Dodge, and Chevy. They all have good, they all got bad. Nothing is perfect. So I enjoy all of them. The only thing I am going to say is I figured out that I am a bit of a purist when it comes to, if you're driving a Chevy, you put a Chevy motor in it. In my mind, the heart of the machine should be the brand that the machine is. But I'm just talking in my own opinion. I know everybody says LS swap the world, but not for me. I figure if you have a Chevy, keep it Chevy. I don't care about suspension or interior or tranny or diff or front end. Any of that doesn't bother me. Put in whatever, rung what you brung. But when it comes to the heart of the machine, it should be the same, in my mind, the same as what the machine was or is. So definitely going to keep this a Chevy. And I think that 402 would be killer. I got, let me tickle. Oh, my finger is gonna, well, you can see it. Tickle, tickle, tickle. That is 350. I don't know if I'm gonna rebuild it and throw it in, or just suck it up and rebuild the 402 and throw it in instead. Because it's, I'll show you, it's just got, I don't even know what it's got in there. When I first bought it, he thought it was a 265. It's not a 265 or 327 or 283. It's not that. So it's probably a 305 or a 307. But it's got a 2-barrel carb on it. So it ain't nothing special, but it's supposed to run really good. So I'm going to have to figure out the wiring again on this one, as I did the Dodge, and get it going good, because I want it and I'm excited. And if I could get it driving under its own steam, oh, that would just tickle me. So that's where I'm going to leave you, people. I'm going to go back, give you a nice shot of the ride, and then we'll go from there, and we will figure this out. So I don't even know, maybe if I turn this around, can I get a good picture of me? Let's try. And boom. Alright, here I am. I'm the fat kid. I'll talk to you soon. Hopefully it'll catch this. And we'll be back. And you guys all have a great day. God bless. Be safe. And remember, as Lunar Garage says, keep your sunny side up. So everybody, take care. Bye-bye.